Why am I a dietitian? Why do I even want to help people? What do I care what people eat? Let them make bad decisions and get diabetes and heart disease. Like, why should I care? Because it's preventable. One of the topics that I've addressed in a prior video is the why. Why should you follow a healthy diet? So when I think about nutrition, I like to break it down into 3 subjects, and I made a prior video about this. I'm not going to go over it in a lot of detail, but the gist is, what do you need to eat to be healthy? How do you shop and prepare for it? And why should you even want to be healthy in the first place? Why should you even want to eat healthy foods and change your diet? And for me, a lot of the nutrition field is really focused on the what to do. And I think the real big point that we're missing here is the why. Because it's the why you should do something that will motivate you when you don't feel like following a healthy diet. The why will motivate you when coworkers bring in donuts and cupcakes. The why will motivate you when you are facing temptation in every area of your life. And the whole reason behind this video was I'm at work today, I work in a hospital. And for me, like, the why do I even want to be healthy? Why am I a dietitian? Why do I even want to help people? What do I care what people eat? Let them make bad decisions and get diabetes and heart disease. Like, why should I care? It's like, because it's preventable. Because I'm the only person in the hospital that actually prevents disease. Everyone else just treats it. Whether they're doing surgeries and they're cutting tumors out, whether they're treating high blood sugars. I mean, they're just managing the high blood sugars. They're not addressing the root cause of why people are carbohydrate intolerant in the first place. It's diet. They're not, the people might come in with stroke, but like, I can put you on a diet that will reduce your risk for stroke. Sure, they can start you on medications that reduce your risk for stroke. And if you have a bad diet and you take the medication, you'd still be better off. Your risk would even be lower if you followed a healthy diet. So I'm really the only person in the hospital that can help keep people out of the hospital, that can get people healthier. It's really the diet, because the diet addresses the root cause. So why should I care? It's because I'm the only hope that people have. But someone was working, a guy working in my hospital, fixing some stuff, dies of a heart attack. The safest place to have a heart attack is in the hospital, and this dude dies. He's dead. Coworker, there one day, dead the next. And I see it all the time, whether it's coworkers that have heart attacks, and not the first one. The coworkers that have cancer, terminal cancer, more than one. Coworkers, or I should say patients at this point, patients that have heart disease, that have diabetes. Largely these things are completely preventable. The vast majority of heart disease and diabetes is completely preventable. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 80 to 90% of heart disease and diabetes is completely preventable. And so the why should I care? Well, for me personally, we've already talked about why I want to help other people is because I'm the only hope they have. I'm the savior here. And I've wondered, what brought me into this field, and I'm not a God-fearing person, but I believe that there's a higher power that's involved in what brought me into this field. And I've, for better or worse, I've asked God, what can I do to repay you, to show me you've shown me my true path. And I heard a voice that basically said, the only way you can repay me is by helping out other people, by passing it forward, There's a movie, I forget what it's called. It's got that little kid from Sixth Sense, I think, and pay it forward, That's the only way that you can do it. There's no way you can repay God. God doesn't want anything from you but you to take your gifts and pay them forward to humanity. And I feel blessed that I was brought in this field. And so every day I am faced with people that have heart disease, diabetes, cancer, stroke, limb amputation. I'm talking terminal illnesses these people, I watch people die every single day. And I say to myself, I don't want to die from a disease that I could possibly prevent. I'm not saying these people deserve death. I'm not saying these people deserve disease. I'm not saying it's these people's fault. There's a lot of different reasons why we get sick. And, the majority of the people in this country are in the hospital because of chronic illness. They're not there because of pneumonia. They're not there because they broke a leg. They're there because most people are there because of chronic illnesses, heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes, pulmonary or lung conditions. So, for me, nutrition is the way that I can reduce my risk the lowest. The nutrition works across all of those conditions. There's not one diet for diabetes, one diet for heart disease, one diet for cancer. A healthy diet will reduce your risk for all of those things. And so I have a constant motivation in my life. When I pick up a food, I have to ask myself, do I want to be in that person's position? Do I want to have to be life flighted to Portland because I've got heart disease that can't be treated here? Do I want to have a stroke that debilitates me and I can't use half my body, or I can't swallow, or I can't speak the way that I used to? So I have a constant motivation, and I'm sitting there drinking a green smoothie this afternoon. This buddy of mine that works there, he's eating mozzarella sticks, and people are looking at me like, ew, like, what do you want to drink that for? It's like, because I don't want to be the dude upstairs that's dying. Because these people are dying all around of us, coworkers, family, friends, patients in the hospital are dying. And I will be damned if I die from a disease that I possibly could have prevented or reduced my risk substantially for. So, my channel covers a lot of different things, but for me, the real heart in it now is the why. Why should you even care about nutrition? And for me, it's selfish reasons. I don't want to die from preventable disease. I don't. And two, I need to be a light, a beacon of hope, an example, an exemplary example, if that's even a thing, of an image of health for people to follow, inspiration for them to get on board with this, and possibly I can help motivate people to adopt this lifestyle themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and make some more videos for my website, SeanTheRD.com. These kind of rants and raves will go up on my YouTube channel, Feeling Fit. But I'm going to go make some more videos. I hope you find some benefit in watching these. If you have any questions, any comments, any of the videos you want to see, post and leave comments down below. Cheers. Because the most difficult part about nutrition is the fact that you have to do it every day. This isn't just a once a week kind of thing or a once a day kind of thing. With nutrition, it's 3 times a day, and because of the food market that we live in, we're really surrounded by food. We're surrounded by food, and so it's I think one of the hardest things that we face as individuals and as a society. When you go to the grocery store, there's 25,000 different products in the grocery store, but only a fraction of them would someone like myself or another dietitian consider them to actually be worth buying, and safe for the general public to consume on a consistent basis, right? Consistency. And that's really why anybody fails at anything in life, is because they lack consistency. And there's no field more important with consistency than nutrition. Because you can eat really healthy for 3 months, lose a bunch of weight, lower your lipid panel, lower your blood pressure, and then yo-yo back and be worse than you were before. Consistency is the most important thing. It's not how strict or how healthy your diet is. It's what can you maintain long term. So the three parts of what I consider to be nutrition is the what. What do you need to do? And I've got some videos on my channel, SeanTheRD.com, about what to eat. What is a healthy diet? What are healthy foods? What are healthy carbs? What are healthy fats? What are good protein sources? And then the second part is the how. How do you prepare them? And that's really individual. For me, I saute stuff. I've got an Instapot. I've got a juicer. I've got a blender. Sometimes I just eat food raw. And so there's a lot of different ways that I prepare food, but I really try and keep things simple. And the reason I try and keep things simple is because the simpler your diet is, the more consistent you can be. And that's why I find being vegan to be so easy, is because when I walk into the grocery store, 90% of the food I don't even have to look at, because it might have dairy, it might have milk, it might have eggs, butter, so I don't even have to look at it. People say, well, think about all the foods you can't eat. It's like, no, think about all the foods that I don't have to worry about even looking at. Whether I want to eat them or not is completely irrelevant, because they don't fit into my diet. And so when I go shopping, it's really easy because there's only a small fraction, and most of the healthy foods, or I should say all of the healthy foods in the grocery store are vegan. All your whole grains, your beans, your nuts and your seeds, your fruits, your vegetables. So the what to eat is simple for me. The how to shop is simple because most of the stuff I don't even buy. And then how I prepare them, most of it's just sauteing vegetables, boiling grains, whether it's oatmeal, quinoa, brown rice, noodles, easy stuff to prepare. Beans, lentils in the Instapot, 10 minutes. So the prep is super easy. I don't have to worry about like foodborne illnesses. I don't have to worry about like chicken guts or like salmonella. I mean, sure, there's foodborne illnesses in produce, but they've done studies on people that cook chicken in their house, and they basically say that you need to treat your kitchen as a biohazard laboratory, because that's the only way you're going to keep it clean from all the E. coli that's everywhere. So that my house feels cleaner and it's easy. Meat, you have to make sure you cook it right, and it might take time. Vegetables and grains and beans are easy, and half the stuff you can buy pre-cooked anyway, like beans. But back to the most important part is really the why.